This video is dedicated to product standards in Canada, and three areas I want to cover. Begin with what Canadian standards really are. Then we look into mandatory standards, and 3 voluntary standards. Before we begin, just want to mention you can go to compliancegate.com/checklist and download our free step-by-step guide for the US, the EU, the UK, Canada, and Australia. Right, let's begin. So what exactly are Canadian product standards? Let's begin with the fundamentals. So the CCPSA states that no company can manufacture, import, advertise, or sell a consumer product that is A, unsafe, or B, subject to a recall. The way the CCPSA is structured is that, well, first you have the CCPSA establishing this principle that I just mentioned. But under this act, you also have a set of product-specific regulations for everything from toys to ice hockey helmets that establishes product-specific requirements, safety requirements. And some of these regulations, they also reference standards. Now, when we discuss product standards in Canada, we're not exclusively referring to proper Canadian standards, those on the left, meaning standards developed in Canada by Canadian organizations, including, say, CSA or CGSB. But some of these regulations, they also reference US standards, primarily ASTM, and in some cases also international standards like ISO standards. Just want to establish that because we get back to this in a bit. Okay, now mandatory standards. These are standards that you must, or let's say the product must comply with, or it cannot be sold in Canada. This is also grounded in regulation. So let me show you an example. We have the CCPSA establishing the products must be safe. And then we have the ice hockey helmet regulations providing, well, being a product-specific regulation specifically to ice hockey helmets. But the regulation, as you can see here, doesn't really say much, doesn't really say anything, except for the fact that it establishes the principle that in order to sell an ice hockey helmet in Canada, it must meet standard set 262.1. All it does is to mandate compliance with this standard. What do I need to do to comply? I need to comply with parameters for the materials, design and construction, size, impact resistance, well, things you would expect from an ice hockey helmet. In practice, what this means is that I have to access the standard, I have to implement its technical parameters into design drawings, into technical specifications, into material specifications, and create label files and so on. So standards are practical in nature. They provide me a pathway to ensure product safety. And as I mentioned, this standard is mandatory because it is referenced in a regulation. Then we have voluntary standards. Let's get back to the CCPSA. So, as I mentioned, no company can manufacture, import, advertise, or sell a consumer product that is A, unsafe, or B, subject to a recall. Now, what do you do in a situation where you don't actually have product-specific regulation and thus you do not have a specific or a reference standard that is thus made mandatory to your product? Does that mean that you don't have to bother with this? No, that would be missing the point of the CCPSA. In a situation where you don't have any mandatory standard, you still have to ensure that your product is safe. This is a principle established by the CCPSA. And one example would be this recommendation that you see right here from Health Canada. The background here is that clothing storage units, they can be unsafe if they tip over, if you have a young child trying to climb up, for example. There's been a few cases. Now, in the United States, there is a standard titled ASTM F2057-23, and as far as I know, this standard is actually not referenced in any regulation in Canada. Maybe that will change in the future. But that's my understanding anyway, at least at the time of recording. But nonetheless, you see here that Health Canada is recommending that you comply with this. And The reason is that, as mentioned, the CCPSA establishes the principle that all products must be safe. And this is also in your interest. It's in your interest as a company importing or manufacturing products for sale in Canada. If you would sell a product that is unsafe, what can happen then? You can still be subject to a recall. It doesn't really matter at that point if your product is not subject to any mandatory standards. So, where does this leave us? When it comes to product standards in Canada, there's more than Canadian standards. There's CSA standards and other standards developed in Canada, but some regulations, they also reference US standards, primarily ASTM, and in some cases also international standards like ISO standards. 2, certain product-specific regulations under the CCPSA and other acts, they reference standards, and thus they make them mandatory. To comply with the regulation means that you also have to comply with the standard, and thus it is made mandatory. But most standards, if I can put it that way, are not mandatory, they are voluntary. But end of the day, it's your responsibility to ensure that your product is safe. And for that reason, if I was selling a product that's not subject to a mandatory standard, I will be looking for any so-called voluntary standard I can identify, be it a Canadian standard or an ASTM or even an ISO or other type of standard.